Hello everyone, welcome to another F1 Manager video, this time at Austria with what looks to be quite a terrible car. 18th rank on grid, so we're going to go 18th or higher with Iwasa, and for Gio it's going to be 17th on the grid, so 18th or higher,
to the spectacular setting
as we get into practice.
The hills are alive with a roar of F1 cars as we arrive in Spielberg's stunning natural surroundings. Fans have already filled the nearby campsites, and it's going to be a busy weekend here at the Red Bull Ring.
Don't forget, the schedule this weekend sees the drivers take to the track for an all-out sprint race. A good opportunity to clinch some crucial championship points.
There's nothing like a race weekend in Formula One. Welcome everyone, qualifying for the sprint awaits us, and we're raring to get going.
Obviously it's a sprint weekend, so just the one practice session before qualifying, and both drivers now on their flying lap, not much separating them. Nice of that Mercedes to get out of the way so quickly. Didn't get out of the way of Gio as well as I was hoping. Going down towards turn 4, there's a car getting out of our way, and there's one getting out of Gio's way as well. It's like playing Dodgems getting round here. This will be our one and only lap in the session, and Iwasa's lap has just been bleeped. Can't say the word on YouTube. Iwasa goes up to 17th, Gio stays 22nd, and it's going to be at the highest 17th and 22nd to start this sprint race. Okay, 18th and 22nd to start this sprint race. I'm just going to sim it, to be honest with you. Just sim the sprint race, get it over and done with.
Weekend continues, and the
Continue
will soon
to the
be upon
sprint.
us.
And of course, the big incentive here is getting a few extra points on the board, with the top finishers in the sprint set to add to their championship tally.
So who will reach the peak and who has a mountain to climb here at the Austrian Sprint?
Simulate the sprint, and our drivers were nowhere to be seen. Gio actually had quite a good race, but Iwasa had a terrible race, and I like how it actually shows you the sprint results now after you sim it.
Welcome everyone to qualifying.
Right, starting Q1 then on the intermediate tyres. It's going to be an intermediate session. This should be the driest part of the session, so this is in theory where the best laps should be put down. So that's why we've gone out first. It's green and green for both drivers in the first sector. Not purple, unfortunately, but I doubt we would ever go purple, especially with this terrible car. But upgrades are coming on for, I want to say they should be on for Spa maybe, or Hungary even, depending on how quickly we can develop them. Coming around the last corner, Iwasa goes 3/10 off Ocon, that's alright. Gio's 6/10 off. Yeah, so that's not great, but Iwasa's lap is decent enough for Q2, whereas Gio I'm going to send out again, see if he can improve. In the first sector it's going to be a yellow, so not great on the second lap. Coming down towards turn 4, he's not safe actually by too much. It's less than half a tenth, I'd say. I think he's safe by, yeah, less than half a tenth. It's yellow in the first sector, yellow in the second sector, and I'm going to call them in because there's no point finishing that lap. And at the end of the session, it is P11 and P18. Gio is knocked out in Q1 for the second time this race weekend, and Iwasa kept getting blocked, so I simulated the final lap, and it's P16 for Iwasa, so P16 and P18 to start off the Austrian Grand Prix. This is going to be a long episode, but maybe if the race pace is there, we can get some points. Who knows? Never rule us out.
Here among the mountains in Austria, the teams are preparing for the 71 laps of today's race.
4 years on from the circuit being renamed to the Red Bull Ring, Max Verstappen became the first driver to bring an eponymous car to victory here in 2018.
Spielberg's challenges are all about overtaking. The DRS zones here mean passing is very possible, especially if your tyres are in a better condition than the next cars. But get caught out having to manage less than fresh tyres? You could be a sitting duck. The time has almost come for our drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel. Race day has arrived. Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. The Haas driver with a chance to impress a few people here.
There's no hiding from the fact that this is going to be a difficult one. P22 and a strong field that won't want to yield.
But remember, anything can happen in Formula One. It's the race we've all been waiting for. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
And it is lights out and away we go, and as of the Sunday, one of Gio's old parts has just had the new spec be manufactured, so we've decided to start Gio from the pit lane, and he's out there now in P22. He's not lost too much. Iwasa is up to P13, which means he's gained about 3 places on that one. He's down to P14. Gio goes up to P21 and is back down to P22 now. Iwasa's now fighting Zhou for P13. Nice. And it gets P12 as Alex Albon's just on the grass for whatever reason. I'm assuming he got shoved off by someone or something. And then Gio makes an overtake in the same way.
Let's have a look as we go into turn 4.
And Gasly and Lawson are fighting.
Position, and the impact on the car.
Ooh, and that's a bit of contact. That's not what you want to see, considering that we technically own that team. And everybody comes in for inters, but in my opinion, 0.74 of water's too early. You need about 1mm of water before you come in for inters. So, yeah. This is going out on the weekend of the Chinese Grand Prix, which is also a sprint race weekend. What did you guys think of it? Has it been a good race? Was it a good race? Oh, sorry. No, it'll be Saturday, so the race hasn't happened yet. Was it a good sprint race? I hope so.
So you just have to watch your mirrors.
Hopefully Ferrari can get their act together. Pretty pleased. And Iwasa is back out in P10. We have jumped a few people by making that decision, and Gio's out in P16.
Now with the
So both drivers have gained a few places, and there's Iwasa making another overtake on Charles Leclerc as he was off, and there's Gio overtaking Alex Albon for P16 after Alex overtook him. And some cars are starting to go on wets, but in my opinion 3.66 is too early. It needs to be 4mm before you think about wets. And there we are, coming out right behind Red Bull, and we overtake him due to our extra traction. We come into the pits. I'm going to leave Gio out 1 lap longer, I think. Although, now we should really have pit him there. In for the wets we go. We have chosen the right lap, though. We're going to be out in P14, I would have said. I don't think we'll lose any more than that. No, P14. And we did leave Gio out 1 lap too long in hindsight, but he comes into the pits now for a new set of the wet compounder tyres, which we never really use in Formula 1 anymore, because by the time it's time to use full wets, all the drivers kick off and complain that it's too dangerous. But hey ho, 17th for Gio and 9th for Iwasa. Now 8th as Ocon pits too late, as does Hamilton, and he's up to 7th now. Bottas is having a mechanical issue. Bottas having a terrible race. We're still fighting Aston Martin, remember, so we still need to beat them. Although my goal is just to beat V-Carb, to be honest with you. I think that's Alex with a mechanical, and there's Charles Leclerc as well with a mechanical issue. 30, 40 laps into a 71 lap race, and Ocon is trying to get Iwasa. We're trying to conserve the tyres through this blip of intermediate conditions while it's here, because we want to go from wets straight to dries, which has the potential to ruin our race, but I don't think it's worth losing 40 seconds in 2 pit stops when you can lose 20 seconds in 1. But yeah, we have to balance it. Gio's come in for a fresh set of the wets. In hindsight, we should have just gone for inters, but wets 2.4, nice pit stop. Here's Hamilton now going at Iwasa, dives down the inside, pushes Iwasa out the way, and there's nothing we can do about it. And then on lap 64, on the inters, as it's about to become dries, yeah, this is the wrong strategy, because now Leclerc's got us, and Ocon gets us, and in for the dry compound tyre we go. Quite a bit early as well. But we're going on to softs with both drivers, and we should come out sort of P14, I'd hope. P12 maybe. But Gio's race is more than fucked. And Iwasa's chances of points were also fucked. It's going to be P12 and P17. With the fastest lap, mind you, but that's not going to get us in anything. But P12 and P17. From P16 and P8 and pit lane ain't bad, but when there was points on offer, we really messed up today. Max climbs 10 places, by the way, to get P2. And we lose a place to George Russell in the championship. We had an alright race in terms of the pit stop championship, so I'm not too bothered about that. But yeah, not great at all. We're going to need to try and build on this as much as we can, but we get the sponsor money as well. That's another thing. But yeah, we really messed up a good chance of some good points today. We need to push on to Silverstone and get as many points as we can. If you did enjoy today's video, be sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications so you never miss another upload. I'll see you all next time for the Silverstone Grand Prix. Goodbye.